this event of environmental awareness organized by the School of Architecture, Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College in collaboration with Indian Institute of Architects, Himachal Pradesh chapter.
Someone is sitting in shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Trees are amazing. I mean, we literally breathe the air they are creating. They clean up our pollution, our carbon. They store and purify water, give us medicine, and cure diseases. The food that they feed us.
Keeping this importance in our minds, the main idea behind celebrating the Environment Awareness Drive is to highlight the importance of the environment and to remind people that the nature should not be taken for granted. This drive started from June 1, 2021, where the students stepped forward to preserve the environment by planting the trees at their native places during this pandemic. As you would also see in the presentation, more than hundreds of trees have already been planted and this practice is still continuing.
Among the participants for environmental consciousness were conducted online such as poster making competition, poem recitation, declamation, and short video. Students of every department participated in these events. Also, with the initiative of the assistant professor at School of Architecture, Architect Pranav Sharma, students and faculty made a video of 10 seconds each by taking a pledge for their little step to reduce waste and preserve the environment. We have decided to continue this chain of positive practices from now on as a contribution towards the environment. We hope you all will also take the learnings from this event and bring a change in you and your surroundings. For any queries and anyone who wants to join us with this practice of saving the nature in near future can subscribe to our YouTube channel and other social accounts of School of Architecture, Nagrota, Bhopal. The only purpose of the event is to convey a message throughout the state for environmental upgradation, causes for degradation, and things we can change in a lifestyle to support the cause.
Nature is everywhere. Nature is everywhere you go. Everything that lives and grows is nature. Animals, big and small. Nature is plants that grow so tall. Nature is beautiful in every way, wonderful, exciting, and needs our care. So listen, learn, and do your part to keep nature beautiful forever. Can there be anything more lovely than the beauty of a tree? Her leaves shimmering in the wind, dancing so gracefully. The strength of her mighty roots that grows deep into the earth. She's withered every stormy gale for all that she is worth. Standing tall, resilient, with her branches lifted high, she refused to bow, to break or bend, but reaches upward to the sky. The beauty of strength within, as she held her head up high, her strong, resilient spirit grew wings and learned to fly. This initiative of awareness drive wouldn't have been possible without the guidance of our Honorable Head of the Department, Dr. Satish Katwal. Having his roots from the Bilaspur district of Himachal Pradesh, Sir's journey has been extremely enriching with lots of learning and career fulfillment. He received his bachelor's degree in architecture in 1998 from Govt College of Engineering, Trivandrum. He earned his master's degree with gold medal in construction technology and management in 2009 from Engg College of Engineering and Technology, Bhatenda. He obtained his doctorate degree from National Institute of Technology, Hamirpur in the year 2016. From starting his journey as a lecturer in B.R. Ambedkar Government Polytechnic, Sundarnagar in 2001, to the head of the department of the School of Architecture, Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College, his contribution in this field is immense. So let me call upon Dr. Satish Katwal to address the audience.
Thank you, Hitashi. Thank you so much. पेड़ पौधों से सजी धरती का सपना हो साकार, विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस मनाने का यही है आधार। आज विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस के कार्यक्रम के मुख्य अतिथि परम श्रद्धेय श्रीमान पीपी शर्मा जी, प्रधानाचार्य एवं निदेशक राजीव गांधी गवर्नमेंट इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज कांगड़ा का मैं दिल की गहराइयों से स्वागत करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। मैं शर्मा जी का वास्तुकला और उसके साथ जुड़े लोगों के प्रति लगाव व स्नेह के लिए कोटि कोटि नमन करता हूं। साथ ही मैं स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन करना चाहूंगा हमारे आज के अतिथि वक्ता श्रद्धेय वास्तुकार श्री एंग के नेगी जी एवं वास्तुकार एलम अस्ताना जी, वास्तुकार सुलोचना धीमान जी का, जो आज के इस अवसर पर हमारे साथ जुड़े। आप सभी लोगों का आज के इस अवसर पर हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए स्वागत, अभिनंदन एवं धन्यवाद। आप सभी को आज के समारोह में अपनी वाणी से हमें अलंकृत करने के आश्वासन के लिए भी मैं आपका धन्यवाद करता हूं। मैं वास्तुकार नंदलाल चंदेल जी का चेयरमैन आईआईए चैप्टर, एचपी चैप्टर एवं आईआईए चैप्टर के सभी सदस्यों का भी दिल की गहराइयों से स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन करता हूं। साथ ही आज के कार्यक्रम के सभी विजेताओं को पुरस्कृत करने की आपकी वचनबद्धता के लिए आप सबको कोटि कोटि नमन एवं धन्यवाद। मैं भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि आपका स्नेह व आशीर्वाद हमेशा मेरे ऊपर और सभी स्कूल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर के से जुड़े लोगों के ऊपर बना रहे, ताकि हम भविष्य में इसी तरह से काम करते रहें और वास्तुकला से जुड़ी हुई गतिविधियों को दिशा और दशा उनकी बदलते रहें। मैं राजीव गांधी गवर्नमेंट इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज कांगड़ा के समस्त अध्यापकगण, वास्तुकला के सभी प्राध्यापक वर्ग का भी स्वागत करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। मैं पत्रकार बंधुओं का भी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए स्वागत अभिनंदन करता हूं। इसके अलावा अन्य गणमान्य बुद्धिजीवी वर्ग, इस अवसर के साक्षी सभी विद्यार्थी, दर्शक, उनके पेरेंट्स, दर्शक एवं श्रोतागणों का भी इस कार्यक्रम में जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत आभार, स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन। अत्यंत महत्व एवं गौरव का क्षण है कि आज हम इस कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से अपनी प्रकृति के महत्व का गुणगान करेंगे, साथ ही अपने भीतर प्रत्यक्ष व अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से व्यापक पर्यावरण के प्रति निराशा भाव को भी जागरूक रूप से मिलकर समाप्त करने का प्रयास करेंगे। आज हम साथ लें कि हम पर्यावरण संरक्षण के महत्व को स्वयं समझते हुए जन जन तक पहुंचाने का प्रयास करेंगे और इस धरती को सच में स्वर्ग की तरह बनाएंगे। और हम एक दिन नहीं बल्कि हर दिन इसी तरह पर्यावरण से संबंधित दिवस मनाएंगे। मुझे स्कूल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर एवं आईआईए एचपी चैप्टर के संयुक्त प्रयास पर मैं आप सबके समक्ष ग्रुप के बारे में कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ। ग्रुप का मतलब है गुरु जमा रूप। न जाने कब किसका उपदेश, किसका प्रवचन जीवन नैया पार लगा दे। ग्रुप को मानो तो एक रूह का रिश्ता है हम सभी का। ये जो ग्रुप बनाए जाते हैं सही मायनों में मन मिलाए जाते हैं। बिखर पड़े थे जो मोती इधर उधर, वो एक माला में पिरोए जाते हैं। अंत में मैं इस आशा के साथ अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ कि स्कूल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर के स्टूडेंट्स को आईआईए एचपी चैप्टर का इसी तरह से भविष्य में भी आशीर्वाद मिलता रहेगा। और मैं आपको भरोसा दिलाता हूँ कि आने वाले समय में स्कूल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर का हिमाचल ही नहीं बल्कि संपूर्ण भारत में कंट्रीब्यूशन देखने को मिलेगा। अंत में मैं सभी का धन्यवाद, आभार एवं अभिनंदन करता हूँ। इसी के साथ जय हिंद, जय हिमाचल। Over to
Thank you so much, sir. We are honored and extremely privileged to have you all present here. The earth is my home. I promise to keep it healthy and beautiful. I will be the defender of the world. United with friends, we'll save the world. Adding to the grace of the drive, a poem recitation competition was organized on June 4, 2021, and we got numerous entries where the students performed beautifully. For the declaration of the result, I would like to invite Architect Rohit Thakur, one of the panelists of the poem recitation jury. He has done his bachelor in architecture from NIT Hamirpur and currently pursuing his PhD from the same. Also, he is an assistant professor at School of Architecture, Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College, Kangra. Now over to Sir.
Thank you, Sheetal, and I also like to thank HOD sir, all the organizers of this event, director sir, and all the senior practitioners who have joined to us, and thank you all. So this event was a good one. Everyone participated very well. So first of all, congratulate all of you who has participated in this event. Still, we have to rank it in the first, second, third. We considered on 4 parameters over which we have decided the ranks. So it was that how related the poem is according to theme, how original it was, and what was the structure of this poem, and what kind of a language it was used. So on the basis of these 4 criteria, the third person, the winners are, the third prize goes to Samriti Rana, BR, first year. Good. Congratulations, Samriti. So, second prize goes to Urvashi Thakur, BR, second year. Congratulations, Urvashi.
Thank you, sir.
And first prize goes to Arpita Mengi from BR, first year. Congratulations, Arpita. Okay, thank you, Sridhar. Over to you.
Congratulations to all the winners. Now presenting the entry who secured the third position and awarded the cash prize of rupees 1,000.
ये वृक्ष, ये सूखती नदियाँ, ये सिमटते पर्वत एक रोज यूं ही खत्म हो जाएंगे। ये कटते वृक्ष, ये सूखती नदियाँ, सिमटते पर्वत एक रोज यूं ही खत्म हो जाएंगे। आज हम कुछ कर सकते हैं, इस रोती हुई प्रकृति के आंसू पोंछ सकते हैं। आज हम कुछ कर सकते हैं, इस रोती हुई प्रकृति के आंसू पोंछ सकते हैं। एक वक्त बाद प्रकृति के सारे आंसू सूख जाएंगे। एक वक्त बाद प्रकृति के सारे आंसू सूख जाएंगे, पर आंसू होंगे हमारी आंखों में, पर आंसू होंगे हमारी आंखों में, जिन्हें चाहकर भी हम पहुंच न पाएंगे, जिन्हें चाहकर भी हम पहुंच न पाएंगे। हम पुकारेंगे प्रकृति को अपनी मदद के लिए, हम पुकारेंगे प्रकृति को अपनी मदद के लिए, पर मौत खामोश आड़े, पर मौत की खामोशी आड़े वो बेजान पड़ी होगी, बस यूं ही देखती रहेगी, वो बेजान पड़ी यूं ही देखती रहेगी। इसलिए पर्यावरण को बचाना है, कुछ करके दिखाना है, पर्यावरण के हित में सबको जगाना है। पेड़ पौधे खूब लगाओ, पर्यावरण को बचाओ। न सिर्फ पर्यावरण बचाना है, जग को सुंदर भी बनाना है। अगर प्रदूषण कम नहीं होगा तो वो दिन दूर नहीं जब आदमी के पास ऑक्सीजन मास्क होगा। बच्चे बच्चे को सिखाओ, पेड़ पौधे खूब लगाओ, हरियाली बढ़ाओ, जीवन बचाओ। पर्यावरण फंसा प्रदूषण के जाल में, इसे बचाओ अपने व्यवहार से। यह है मेरा अपना सपना, खुशहाल बने देश अपना। धन्यवाद।
Now presenting the entry who secured second position and awarded the cash prize of rupees 1200.
नमस्कार, मैं उर्वशी ठाकुर, वास्तुकला द्वितीय अर्थ की छात्रा, आपके समक्ष एक कविता प्रस्तुत करने जा रही हूँ, जिसका शीर्षक है संकल्प पर्यावरण बचाने का। रतन प्रवासिनी है वसुधा, ये हमको सब कुछ देती है, माँ जैसी ममता को देकर अपने बच्चों को सेती है। भौतिकवादी जीवन में हमने जगती को भुला दिया, कर रहे प्रकृति से छेड़छाड़, हमने सबको है रुला दिया। हो गई प्रदूषित वायु आज, हम स्वच्छ हवा को तरस रहे, वृक्षों के कटने के कारण अब बादल भी ना बरस रहे। वृक्ष काट काट कर हमने माँ धरती को वीरान कर डाला, बनते अपने में होशियार, अपने ही घर में डाका डाला। बहुत हो गई, बंद करो अब धरती पर अत्याचारों को, संस्कृति का सम्मान न करते भूले शिष्टाचारों को। आओ हम सब संकल्प लें, धरती को हरा भरा बनाएंगे, वृक्ष रोपण का पुनीत कार्य कर पर्यावरण को शुद्ध बनाएंगे। आगे आने वाली पीढ़ी को रोगों से मुक्त करेंगे हम, देश शुद्ध भोजन जल वायु आदि धरती को स्वर्ग बनाएंगे। जन जन को करके जागरूक, जन जन से वृक्ष लगवाएंगे, चला चला अभिनय ये वसुधा को हरा बनाएंगे। जब देखेंगे हरी भरी जगती को, तब पूर्वज भी खुश हो जाएंगे। कभी कभी ही नहीं सदा हम पर्यावरण दिवस मनाएंगे। हरे भरे खूब पेड़ लगाओ, धरती का सौंदर्य बढ़ाओ, एक बरस में एक बार ना 5 जून हर रोज मनाओ, 5 जून हर रोज मनाओ। धन्यवाद।
Now the moment everyone was waiting for, presenting the entry who secured first position and awarded the cash prize of rupees 1,500.
Good morning everyone. Today I, Arpita from w.e.f second sem going to present a self-recite poem on theme environment awareness. चिरागों की लबें सहमी हुई हैं, चिरागों की लबें सहमी हुई हैं, लगता है आंधियां ले आई दुनिया, पीड़ा को अपनी अब और कैसे छुपाए दुनिया। अब मौसम को बुलाएंगे तो सदाएं कैसे आएंगी, अब मौसम को बुलाएंगे तो सदाएं कैसे आएंगी, अब खिड़कियां बंद हैं हवाएं कैसे आएंगी। जब प्रकृति अपने वृक्षों की लटाएं सुलझाती थी, जब प्रकृति अपने वृक्षों की लटाएं सुलझाती थी, तो ठंडी हवा चल प्रेम का एहसास दिलाती थी। दौड़े चले आते थे बादल तृप्त धरती को देख, दौड़े चले आते थे बादल तृप्त धरती को देख, जैसे एहसास हो उन्हें धरती की दाह का, जैसे एहसास हो उन्हें प्रेम की पीड़ का। पर हम खुद कर्ज हैं, पर हम खुद कर्ज हैं, कहाँ कर्ज लुटाते हैं, धरती को माँ बुलाते हैं फिर उसे ही रुलाते हैं। सदियों से माँ को आंचल में दूध आंखों में पानी कह जाते हैं, बताओ हम कहाँ कर्ज चुकाते हैं। रोए तुम कभी किसी वृक्ष को कटता देख, क्या नहीं सोए तुम किसी को उद्योगन लगा के हंसता देख, क्या दहला तुम्हारा दिल जब धरती पे अत्याचार हो, क्या फूट फूट के रोए तुम जब धरती वीरान हो। सृष्टि हमारे सुखों के लिए मोल चुका रही है, खुद की खुशियां हमें सौंप अपना लहू बहा रही है। अब भी समय है लौटाओ सारे कर्ज, अब भी समय है निभाओ अपने फर्ज, नहीं तो रह जाएगी दरनी दीर, नहीं तो रह जाएगी दरनी दीर दरी, फिर किसका घरौंदा बच पाएगा, अरे बहुत देर हो जाएगी मानव जब तू पछताएगा।
With your beautiful poetry. Once a woman starts to see life in the same way as architecture, it's actually a good analogy for each other, in a way that one negotiates with the other to achieve a desired end result. Now I would like to invite the person who is a well-known face in northern architects, architect Sulochana Dhiman. Having experience spanning over 20 years in field of architecture, senior architect at Vastu Rachna Architects and currently member of IIA chapter Himachal Pradesh. Now I would like to request ma'am to address our audience. Over to ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Please just share your my favorite presentation on your screen, please, because my net is not working here. Okay, nice. So again, good morning everyone. This is Lochna Dimar. My today's presentation is on ecosystem restoration. Next slide, please. The current speed of habitat and species loss caused by human development, the restoration of degraded ecosystem is one of the greatest challenges humankind is facing. Next. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed our life in infinite, dramatic, and unexampled ways. The situation is almost alerting human movement activities and the world economy. Next. So, it's required to protect and restore nature in preventing future pandemics. Saving nature is really about saving ourselves. Next. Next slide, please. The ecosystem can be restored in many ways. Planting is one of the easiest and best ways of caring the environment. Next. Restoration initiatives can be launched by almost everyone. Next. The vitality and diversity of Earth's ecosystem are the basis of human prosperity and well-being. Yet, we are degrading these species resources in alarming ways. Here, I am taking only hydrology domain. Formerly, I proposed the design strategies for the reversal term, but here I am going to highlight only the ecological concern of the lake because, next slide please. Water is one of the most important natural resources. Lakes are the lungs of natural ecosystem. The lakes in India need to be protected and restored directly. The proposed work aims to advance the conservation of reversal heritage water bodies. Next slide, please. Conservation of the reversal lake creates resilient ecosystems and watersheds. This work can help the local environment adapt to the impacts, climate change and stressors. Next. So, Rivalsar is famous religious pond in district Mandi. I think everyone is familiar with this place, so need not to explain much. So, next slide, please. It is an ideal relaxation place away from the stress and the city chores. Next. Rivalsar Lake is the major attraction in the town. In fact, Rivalsar is known by its lake itself. So it is famous for the floating island of reeds. Next. This town is rich in flora and fauna. A dense pine forest and variety of native species exist here. The forest department maintains a small zoo here in 1983. Next. However, the lake and its surroundings have numerous problems, but the core issues are there is no proper pedestrian connectivity to the lake and parikrama path. Here, one of the main visitor activities is to make parikrama along the lake. Next, wastewater discharge into the holy lake polluted the lake, causes disease and unnatural death of the fishes because lots of fishes inside the lake. The topography of the town is like a saucer. You can see here with Rivalsar Lake, it is surrounded by hills on three sides. The zoo animal waste and other open surface drains discharge into the lake and spoil the holy lake water. Next slide, please. The gist of the project study and issue analysis, lots of problems coming out. But I make it proposal for pedestrian movement connectivity, safer and cleaner space for fishes, regrowth, arrangement of reeds, development open spaces for relaxing, recreational meditation and other peaceful activities. Drainage system improved, created by bioswale drain, rainwater harvesting and public utility. Next slide please. Next. Okay, here is the proposed layout plan for the Rivasa town. I am only here explain the about the lake. So this is the Hamirpur Mandi State Highway. You can see here. Actually, I will not explain with my mouse. So you can see the Hamirpur Mandi Road. And I have a parking problem I solved by providing the parking at the two ends. One is at the Hamirpur side and one is at the Mandi side. So one can enter the lake. And there is problem. Next problem is pedestrian connectivity. So I solved the and providing the flyover on the highway and pathways along the highway. So this leads to the main entrance and it shows the direct view and act as a main axis. There are two existing structures and in between them it is a clear and direct view to the lake. Next slide please. You can see here is the fish pond that is round one. It is separate freshwater pond for the fishes. So people can feed the fishes here and they can escape from the unnatural death and obviously lake is also protect from the, it can be protect from the pollution. So you can see the uninterrupted parikrama pathway along the lake which can be utilized for the parikrama as well as walking track. And this is the blue one. You can see the shallow water channel created along the lake where one can enjoy and touch the water. And I have made a provision of exit deeds after the water channel so the water can be filtered by these roots. And along this there is open area. You can see the green one. I propose the meditation yard with all necessary infrastructure like shaded and open sitting spaces, refreshment booth, display booth, controlling office and public utility over there. And adjoining this you can see the browner one and in the center there is grey. That is the ground adjoining to the lake and this is presently misutilized you can say and is the main source of polluted drainage water and two animal waste to the lake. Who is above this ground? So I propose a swale along this ground which filter the water impurities and goes to the harvesting tanks in the underground. That is in the center of the ground. Next slide please. And back slide please. Okay, I designed this ground in such a way so that all kind of people and administration can utilize this for multi activities like Mela, because Shishu Fair is there every year, it's celebrated, and other official functions, playing and relaxing places, etc. So existing bathing arts are in okay condition. That is in the left side of this image. I have created landscape spaces with necessary features for beautification only. So for more details, just scrolling the side, please. Please see next slide, please. You can see the fish pond here. I will explain much in another time. Next slide. Here is the landscaping for this open area. Next, you can see here the meditation yard and other infrastructure. Next, this is the ground, and you can see the wire swale along this ground for the filtering the water. Next. Here is the booth arrangement. These booths are above the roadside. Sorry, this is a pathway. This is for the display for the local products and all. And refreshment booth is above the meditation yard. Next slide, please. This is the waving heart beautification. You can see the landscaping. I have created some viewport over there. Next, please. You can see the view. Next. It will be like this. So everyone can enjoy the lake view in a safe way. Next. Here is the reed arrangement. Next slide, please. You can see the reed cross-section water channel, and it will purify the water and it will go to the lake. Next, these are the cross-section to both. Next, please. Next slide. This is the overall view, and next is the 3D view. Next slide, please.
Landscaping
So thank you very much. Because of lack of time, I'll not explain you much. So I'll any other time I'll explain it. So thank you very much for listening. Thanks again.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank architect Salochna Dimman for the wonderful presentation. There will never be great architects or great architecture without the great patrons. Now, we have Senior Architect Kangra Zone HPPWD Dharamshala, who received his diploma in architectural assistantship and his bachelor's degree from Indian Institute of Architects. He is executive member of HP Center of IIA and HP Chapter. He worked in HP Krishi Vishwavidyalaya Palampur and provided his services in Airports Authority of India. He is none other than architect L.M. Mastana. May I please invite him to share his inspiring experience with us.
सर अनम्यूट करें अपने आप को अनम्यूट मस्ताना जी अनम्यूट कर लें पहले
थैंक यू चीफ गेस्ट डॉक्टर पीपी शर्मा जी चीफ आर्किटेक्ट एंड चेयरमैन IIHP चैप्टर नंदलाल चंदेल जी immediate past chairman HP chapter IIA retired ANC architect Engg College sir, all members of IIA team HP chapter, all eminent speakers, Dr. Satish Katwal, professor and head School of Architecture, his team, students, their parents, and persons from media, and all participants. Thank you. मैंने डॉक्टर साहब से रिक्वेस्ट किया था, मैंने एक पॉजिटिव नोट शेयर करना था, तो डॉक्टर साहब ने मुझे स्पीकर एज ए स्पीकर इस इवेंट में ज्वाइन करवाया. थैंक यू वेरी मच. मैं थोड़ा ही बोलूँगा, मैं बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है. मेरा जो टाइम है, आई रिक्वेस्ट द ऑर्गेनाइजर कि मेरा जो टाइम है वो आर्किटेक्ट एंग नेगी जी को दिया जाए प्लीज़.
श्योर सर, श्योर।
ओके। तो बात 2009 या 10 की है। हमारा जो विंटर सोजॉर्न होता है उसमें हमारे जो ऑनरेबल सीएम, मिनिस्टर्स, ऑल एमएलए धर्मशाला शिफ्ट करते हैं। वो 5-7 दिन के लिए यहाँ आते हैं। तो जनरली उस पीरियड में क्या होता है कि जो ऑनरेबल सीएम होते हैं वो हर एक जितने ऑफिस लोकेटेड है धर्मशाला या अराउंड धर्मशाला, जैसे में भी कांगड़ा, पालमपुर एंड अराउंड सराउंडिंग एरिया, तो वहाँ जाते हैं या कभी ऑफिस में चले जाते हैं या कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन है या कॉलेजेस वगैरह में ऐसे जाते रहते हैं। तो उनका 2009 या 10 का एग्जैक्ट डेट मुझे मालूम नहीं है, याद नहीं है। तो वो हमारे पीडब्ल्यूडी ऑफिस में आए, सुबह सुबह ही आ गए। तो हुआ क्या, वहाँ हमारे ऑफिस में वो सर्दियों के दिन थे तो कोयले की गिट्टियाँ जलती थी, बहुत सारी, बहुत लंबी लंबी लाइनें होती थी। तो उस सीएम का पता नहीं होता था वो किस ऑफिस में जाते थे। तो उस दिन क्या हुआ, अंगीठियाँ जल रही थी। तो जैसे पता चला जस्ट कि 5 मिनट पहले अंगीठियाँ मतलब जलने के दौरान ही कि सीएम साहब आ रहे हैं, तो जल्दी से वो अंगीठियाँ उठा के अपने उसमें जो रूम में जिनके वहाँ लगती थी वहाँ डाल दी। सीएम साहब आए और हमारा जो फ्लोर था वो 3rd फ्लोर में था, चीफ इंजीनियर जो कांगड़ा जोन है। सीएम साहब आए, ऊपर आए। सबसे पहले उन्होंने हमारे ऑफिस से स्टार्ट किया, आर्किटेक्चर ऑफिस से शुरू किया। तो उसमें सीनियर आर्किटेक्ट मोहम्मद साहब थे यहाँ, तो उनको लेके हम सब के साथ सीएम साहब सारा पूरे ऑफिस में घूमे। तो जब लास्ट फ्लोर में जब उनको लास्ट सीढ़ी उनको उतरनी थी, तो वहाँ सामने थोड़ा सा वो धुआं तो था ही क्योंकि वो गिट्टियाँ जला रहे थे अभी। तो उन्होंने ना थोड़ा सा मिट्टी, डस्ट, कोल जो ऐश थी वो देखी। तो बोलते हैं यार आपके यहाँ सफाई नहीं है। तो मैं बिल्कुल उनके साथ साथ चल रहा था। तो मैंने उनको बोला सर एक रिक्वेस्ट है। तो बोले हाँ बताओ क्या है। तो मेरे सर ये जो कोयले की गिट्टियाँ ये जलना बंद हो जाए तो हमारा जो पोल्यूशन है वो भी, जो एनवायरनमेंट है वो क्लियर, नीट एंड क्लियर होगा। ऑफिस एनवायरनमेंट हमारा बहुत अच्छा होगा। हमारे सांस की प्रॉब्लम, कईयों को खांसी होती है, हमारी ड्राइंग्स होती है वो खराब हो जाती है, काला काला लग जाता है। तो क्या करना है? मैंने कहा सर बंद होनी चाहिए। तो वो कहते अभी से बंद करो। एंड यू वॉन्ट बिलीव, उन्होंने कहा कि धर्मशाला तो आज ही बंद कर दीजिए, और वो बंद कर दी धर्मशाला में। कहते मैं शिमला जाऊंगा। जो उनके साथ सेक्रेटरी साथ चल रहे थे उनको उन्होंने ऑर्डर किया कि शिमला जाके इसका नोट पुट अप करो, चीफ सेक्रेटरी साहब से बोलो मुझसे डिस्कस करे और मैं पूरे हिमाचल में इसको बंद करूं। एंड इस प्लेटफॉर्म से मैं प्रोफेसर प्रेम कुमार धूमल जी का भी धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि उन्होंने मेरी रिक्वेस्ट पे जो कोयले की गिट्टियाँ जलती थी वो बंद करवा दी। मैं क्रेडिट नहीं लेना चाहता हूँ, मैं अपना सारा क्रेडिट धूमल साहब को देना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि उनकी वजह से आज तक जितनी गिट्टियाँ जलती थी, जो एनवायरनमेंट वो हो रहा था वो सारा बच गया। जितने पेड़ हमारे कटते थे वो बच गए ना। तो ये एक मेरा पॉजिटिव नोट ये था। दूसरा, मैं एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी, जैसे अभी जिक्र आया बीच में, यूनिवर्सिटी पालमपुर में मैंने जॉब किया है। उस वक्त हम जस्ट बच्चे ही थे। नेगी सर वाइस चांसलर रेजिडेंस में रहे हैं, वहाँ आप इनको याद होगा, वहाँ एक देवदार का पेड़ रहता है, बहुत सुंदर पेड़ है। तो जब हम वहाँ हर साल मनाते थे वन महोत्सव, तो वैसे कोई कभी वीपिंग विलो लगाते थे, कभी देवदार लगाते थे, कभी कुछ लगाते थे, कभी कुछ लगाते थे। तो टाइम पे लगे हुए हैं। और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा अपने जितने भी मेंबर्स हैं या जितने लिसनर हैं, जो भी इस इवेंट्स को देख रहे हैं कि हिमाचल का जब नाम आता है तो हिमाचल कहीं भी किसी भी वर्ल्ड के किसी भी कोने से हिमाचल मीन्स हिम से रिलेटेड, स्नो से रिलेटेड। तो यहाँ क्या है कि एनवायरनमेंट में हमारा सारे पहाड़ बर्फ से ढके लदे पड़े हैं। दूसरा हमारे आता है, ऐसा एक इमेजिनेशन आता है। दूसरा आता है कि यहाँ देवदार के हरे भरे पेड़ होंगे, लेकिन आज के सिनेरियो में आप देखेंगे बहुत सारे पेड़ सूखते जा रहे हैं, कटते जा रहे हैं। जो प्लांटेशन देवदार की होनी चाहिए वो बहुत कम है। बीइंग एन आर्किटेक्ट मैं आप सबसे भी रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि हम इसमें बिल्डिंग में इसको यूज़ करते हैं थोड़ा कम करें। गवर्नमेंट लेवल पे जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शन होती है हम उसको स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी प्राइवेट में देवदार ट्री की बहुत फेलिंग होती है, वो कम से कम करें और प्लांटेशन बहुत ज़्यादा करें, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा करें जितनी हो सके। और अपने आप कर नहीं सकते तो दूसरों को इंस्पायर करें। जो लोकल सोसाइटी है और दूसरी NGOs हैं, लोकल जो प्लांटेशन ड्राइव होती है उसमें भी हम कोशिश करें कि देवदार के जितने भी पेड़ लगे कम है। तो दूसरा मेरा रिक्वेस्ट ये है। और एक और इसी के साथ ही जो अभी नूरपुर एरिया में कुछ साल पहले टीक वुड प्लांटेशन स्टार्ट हुए नूरपुर एंड लोअर पार्ट ऑफ चंबा डिस्ट्रिक्ट, तो वो सक्सेसफुल रेट काफ़ी अच्छी है उसकी। जो वो बिल्कुल स्टेट नहीं है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा उसका हो सकता है कि थोड़ा जब प्लांटेशन ज़्यादा हो जाए तो वो जो ट्रीज़ की जो हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन ये रहती है कि जो इसका टीक ट्री है वो बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट होगा, लेकिन वहाँ थोड़ा सा उसमें दूसरी ब्रांचेस बहुत निकल आती है। दैट इज़ नो इशू, लेकिन यह है कि हमें लगाना चाहिए। तो मेरा एक छोटा सा दो रिक्वेस्ट थी, एक पॉजिटिव नोट्स था मेरा, बस इतना ही कहना था। और आपसे मेरा ये निवेदन है, विनम्र आग्रह है कि आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्लांट लगाइए, लेकिन उसके बाद उनका जरूर पूरी, अगर जैसे 1-2 महीने या 2 सीजन में आप प्लांट लगाते हैं, लेकिन उसको 10 महीने या 2 सीजन में उनको जरूर उनकी रखवाली करनी है, वो दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो मेरा आपसे यही रिक्वेस्ट है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्लांट लगाएं। और जो चीड़ के पेड़ हैं, पाइन ट्री है, उसकी प्लांटेशन मिनिमम करवाएं और उसकी प्लांटेशन नहीं होनी चाहिए। मेरा तो ये ओपिनियन है कि हिमाचल में बहुत ज़्यादा उसकी प्लांटेशन ऑलरेडी हो रखी है, उससे भी एनवायरनमेंट को बहुत ज़्यादा फायदा हो रहा है। तो विद दिस मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद देता हूँ। मेरा जितना समय बचा होगा, आई एम सॉरी थोड़ा ज़्यादा ले लिया तो नहीं सर को दिया। थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू, सो नाइस।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your beautiful experience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this beautiful story and inspiring all of us to be the part of the solution and not the pollution. Now, proceeding towards the second event of the awareness drive, which is the declamation competition held on June 4, 2021. And for the declaration of result of this event, I would like to invite architect Pranav Sharma, one of the panelists of the jury. He has done his bachelor's in architecture from NIT Hamirpur. He has worked as an assistant professor in Gateway College of Architecture and Design, Sonipat, and as a lecturer in Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Government Polytechnic, Ambota. Currently, he is an assistant professor at the School of Architecture, Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College, Kangra. Now, over to sir.
Thank you, Hitaishi. A very good morning, everyone. Honorable Chief Guest of the occasion, Director Principal, sir, Head School of Architecture, Dr. Satish Kumar Katwal, sir, eminent personalities of IAA, Himachal chapter, and other dignitaries, my fellow colleagues and my dear students. It actually gives me immense pleasure to speak on behalf of the worthy judges consisting of architect Sushil Sharma and architect Vipin Katoj. It was extremely difficult to judge all these participants. They were really flawless. Whosoever doesn't win this time, they should not get disheartened. They have to remember one thing, that it's either we win or we learn. but we never lose. So please do keep these things in mind. And now it's time to announce the winners. But before that, I would like to let you all know about the criteria that we have selected. Actually, the judgment was based on a few parameters. Namely, the first one was the content understanding, which consists of the clarity of the thought, the holistic coverage of the topic, and the choice of words that the students have used. Secondly, the other part was the presentation skills. It consists of the confidence, the body language, as well as the expressions. So, having said that, let's come straight to the winners. So, the third prize of the competition goes to Ms. Ritika Prasad, Civil Engineering 6th semester. She was extremely good in her declamation contest. Secondly, let's come to the second position. It goes to Ms. Himanshu Chauhan, School of Architecture 6th semester. And finally, the first prize. It goes to Ms. Hitaishi Sharma, 6th semester School of Architecture. You were really very good. Even all three of them, they were extremely brilliant in their presentation skills. Last but not the least, we have a consolation prize for Vatsalya Khankash. He is in Mechanical Engineering 2nd semester for his valiant effort. Also, a special mention to Vidushi Sharma. Had she not been reading it from certain source, she would definitely be in the top 3. But this is the nature of the competition. So with this, I conclude the judgment of declamation contest. Thank you everyone. Thank you for being the good listeners. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Pranav sir. Now presenting the entry who secured third position and awarded with the cash prize of rupees 1000.
Good evening. My name is Ritika Prasad from Civil Department 6th semester, wishing you all happy World's Environment Day. Today, I'm going to deliver my views on the topic World's highest garbage dump, Mount Everest. Mount Everest, also called by its traditional Tibetan name Chomolungma, is one of the world's highest and deadliest mountains. Every year, hundreds of climbers, both professional and amateur, with their Sherpas, try to reach the summit of Mount Everest. In recent decades, Mount Everest has earned the nickname of world's highest garbage dump. It has remained a culture of leaving behind the trash on Everest. Mount Everest is gigantic in size and its temperature ranges from -30 to -40 degrees Celsius throughout the day and night. Therefore, Everest behaves as an high altitude refrigerator, so anything dropped in here freezes to the surface and is preserved for years. Empty oxygen cylinders, tents, empty bottles, cooking canisters, human waste, organic refuse, and even the dead bodies are piling up to form the trash that is hampering the aesthetics of Mount Everest. But the problem is not just the aesthetics, it's more than that. The major problem begins with these human waste and trash doesn't stick to the Mount Everest and gets blown or washed down into glaciers. And glaciers being the sources of rivers and waters for downstream villages, it impacts the quality of water, risking the human lives. Thus, Mount Everest trash has become a threat to the local population as well as entire tourism industry. Therefore, there is increasing need to conserve and manage the trash on Everest, and this can only be ensured by following some of the steps. Firstly, by installing the waste management system. Secondly, by providing local knowledge or experience of handling trash in an environmentally sustainable way. Thirdly, installing a new set of regulation and code of conduct for all future tracking. And the last but not the least, the most important one is bringing their shit and major trash down on their own. And by following this step, the Everest will be 99% clean. Thank you and have a nice day.
Now presenting the entry who secured second position.
Respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends, a very good morning to all. Today, I, Himanshu Chauhan, student of B.Arch 3rd year, is here to share my views on the topic Role of an Architect. We are often asked to imagine life without people, life without buildings, and even life without oil. But how about a world without architects? If architects were to disappear tomorrow, who would care? Why the world needs architects? The world may not always affirm what we do. Your employer may not always tell you that you, the work you do, are valued. But that doesn't mean that what we do and who we are doesn't have a profound impact on our world. It does, and we do. An architect is not just a person that makes buildings. He is someone that influences others by his amazing imagination and creativity. The one who designs structures out of the ordinary to make people comfortable in their environment. There are more than 100 reasons that why architects matter. Architects are T-shaped, both deep and wide. They balance multiple intelligences and provide wow effect. Yes, architects matter because they sign and seal documents. Today, the position of architects has become very broad and complex. If architect is to regain its status, it must improve upon its knowledge of construction techniques, develop its management skills. Otherwise, the role of an architect will continue moving towards a subcontractor. At last, I only want to say that architecture is easy to understand and easy to enjoy, but hard to forget. Thank you.
Now presenting the entry who secured first position and was awarded with rupees 1500.
Good afternoon to one and all. Today I, Hiteshi Sharma, student of 6th semester of Bachelor of Architecture, stand before you to express my views on the topic Sustainability, Need of the Hour. If we condense Earth's lifespan into 24 hours, then we have been on this planet for 3 seconds. Yes, 3 seconds, and we named ourselves as Homo sapiens, meaning wise man. But is man really so wise? Yes, we split atom into 2 and created the modern buildings, but at the same time, the atom we split caused nuclear warfare, and the buildings we built created the concrete jungles. So no, that cannot be wisdom. Because intelligence speaks while the wisdom listens, and we willingly closed our ears to the Mother Nature's scream. In next 10 to 100 years, each and every animal in the animal book will be extinct. Yes, everything gone in just 3 seconds. The species that have been here before us will be gone because of us in these 3 seconds. So my dear future generation, I think I speak for the rest of us when I say I am sorry. I am sorry that we left you with a messed up planet. I am so sorry that we didn't realize what we had until it was gone. I am so sorry that we put profit above people, the greed above need, and the rule of gold above the golden rule. You know what? No, I am not sorry, because this future, I don't accept it. We are a family. Each and every species is interconnected genetically, and we need to understand this, because global warming is not the real crisis, but we are. The problem is created by our byproducts, and our future generation has each and every right to eat the food that is safe, drink water that is clean, because this is basic human natural rights and not anything that can be bargained for. So it's upon us, yes, all of us, to make an effort, because time is essence, and only together we can make it up to the 4th second. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. Art speaks where the words are unable to explain. Now moving forward to the poster making competition, where the students painted their thoughts on the empty canvases. For the declaration of the result, I would like to invite architect Karan Sharma, one of the panelists of poster making competition jury. He has done his bachelor's in architecture from NIT Hamirpur and master's from CEPT University. Currently, he is an assistant professor at School of Architecture, Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College, Kangra. Now over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Uvashi, for the introduction. A very warm welcome to all the guests and the students who have joined today's wonderful event on World Environment Day. A special thanks to Professor Dr. P.B. Sharma, who is the Director Principal of Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College. And also very special thanks to Dr. Satish Katwal for making this event a possibility into a reality. So before moving on to the results, I would like to just share a few thoughts that I think I personally believe in. The reason behind organizing this kind of events is an initiative, but we also have to understand that why are we doing all of these things. The planet, it doesn't care for us. That's the first thing that I personally believe. We are doing all of these things for our future generations. We are planting trees, we are making sustainable choices in terms of buildings, infrastructure, everything, so that we buy more time on this planet. So this is something that I think as an architect, as a practitioner, and also as an academician, I truly believe in. And over to the poster making results now. So the panel was composed of 3 people: myself, a respected architect from SGVN, architect Ajay Sharma ji, and also a practicing architect from Dharamshala named Ranjit Kanaujiya ji. So both of these are architects, are senior most architects in Himachal, practicing in Himachal. And the criteria and the scope for the winners were, we were looking at the relevance to the theme, which was the World Environment Day. We were also looking at the mediums, the creativity, and also the composition as well. So I would just like to declare the names of the winners. So the first prize for the poster making competition goes to Mr. Upendra Pathania from Bachelors of Architecture. So his entry was very distinct in a manner because the overall composition was very minimal but very powerful. It had a very strong message to it. Then the second prize goes to Miss Yukti. She is also a student of architecture. The third prize goes to Mr. Dikshit Sharma from Civil Engineering Department. So he also did a very good composition, and that's why he secured the third place. And there is also an honorable mention, which goes to Miss Urvashi Thakur from the second year of Bachelors of Architecture. So I would like to congratulate all of these participants, and in the end I would also like to thank the 4th year students and 3rd year students for organizing such a wonderful event that is happening today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the results, and congratulations to all the winners. Now presenting the poster who secured the third position and awarded as rupees 1,000. I repeat, presenting the entry who secured third position and awarded as rupees 1,000. Going to the next, now presenting the entry who secured second position and awarded as rupees 1,200. Now presenting the entry who secured first position and awarded as rupees 1,500. Congratulations to all for sharing your thoughts and creativity in such an effective manner. Now over to the last event of our awareness drive, that is short video competition depicting the importance of environment. For the declaration of the result of this event, I would like to invite architect Rajiv, one of the panelists of the jury. He has done his bachelor's in architecture from Sushant School of Art and Architecture and master's from SEPT University. He started practicing in Himachal Pradesh in 2016 on the mixed use development and residence project. Later worked as an assistant professor in NIT Hamirpur and currently the assistant professor at School of Architecture RGGEC Kangra. Now over to sir.
Good morning everyone. I welcome our chief guest Dr. P.P. Sharma and eminent speakers. Also I would like to thank our HOD Dr. Satish Katwal for giving me this opportunity to present the prizes for the short video competition which was conducted for the college, and we got an overwhelming response. We had external jury as Ms. Priti, Architect Priti and Architect Neelesh from IIA panels. Seeing all these entries, it was quite an immense exposure and overwhelming response which we got from the students and their efforts which we noticed. Based on that, the entry was judged based on the script which was given the highest weightage, also the creativity and coherence with the topic of our environmental day, the originality of their own idea, and the props and costumes and the locations which they used for their short videos. So I would like to announce the third prize, which goes to Ms. Gauri from Mechanical second year. Ms. Gauri had presented a video and organized in an organized manner talking about her garden and the essential plants which she had planted in that garden, talking about what should be in our close surroundings, some essential varieties and diversities, and learning about the nature much better, in a much better way. The second prize goes to Ms. Shivi Gupta on behalf of second year batch, who focused on using props as their major element with the decorative products which they used and made out of the waste products. It was quite innovative and creative on their behalf. Now, last and not the least, the first prize goes to the fourth year batch, the senior most batch, who focused their issue on the biggest factor which is responsible for the environment, the globalization or the environmental degradation, I should say, on the global level, which is our building industry, and we as architects are playing a very major role if we don't realize that. So, talking about our ecological footprint, the garden, all the heat island effects which we create out of paving the surroundings around us. So they talked about various other strategies we should use and inculcate as an architect to improve our natural surroundings like garden waste, how to manage our waste from the buildings, the running waste which we have. Then the thermal effect, the heat island effect, which is there due to a lot of hard steeping which we do around our buildings, creating less of the green environment. Then a lot of other strategies like light saving, water saving, fuel saving, increasing thermal mass so as to reduce the consumption on daily basis of all the energy appliances which we have. All these factors were inculcated in the video, short video, and quite well presented, winning the first category. Also, not least, I would also like to add on the consolation prize which was given to the batch of second year, who focused on the theme of realizing that it's still not late and we can start today, and by planting more and more trees. So that goes to the second year BIAC. So thank you, Hiteshi.
Now presenting the video which secured the third position awarded with the prize of ₹1,000.
Hello everyone, I am Gauri from second semester mechanical branch, and today on this day of World Environment Day, you and I are going to learn about some really good lifestyle changes and upgradations which may help us deal with our environmental problems inspired from our own garden.
Well, step 1 is always to plant. First on my list and my personal favorite is the snake plant, and looking at it we know why is it also known as mother-in-law's tongue. This plant filters indoor air even at night, and it removes toxic air pollutants. Though in small contribution, this plant can absorb cancer-causing pollutants as well. These can also be used as home decor because they are easy to take care of, and of course you know how to deal with your mother-in-law's tongue. Bodh tree. Bodh tree, also known as peepal, is a very useful tree which provides relief from asthma. It acts as a magical antidote when it comes to treating stomach ailments. And knock knock ladies, it cures cracked heels and brightens your skin complexion. Next up is bamboo. Bamboo is used for eating purposes as well, as it stimulates appetite, prevents constipation and improves digestion. It brings positivity and good luck charm and is also used for purifying air. And you know it's decorative and appealing and can also be used for your next aesthetic Instagram post. Last but not the least, peace lily. It is a low-maintenance houseplant which purifies air and promotes restful sleep, and is perfect to spruce up your home decor. Now these were the plants which I personally recommend. Other than these, we've also got papaya, cinnamon, fig, chinar, pomegranate, Indian gooseberry also known as amla, mango, mulberry, and many more. Step 2 will be using kitchen waste as manure. All you gotta do is separate your edible kitchen waste including vegetable peels, fruit peels and wasted cooked food and accumulate it inside a pit and then cover it up. And then just wait for a couple of months. Step 3 is to reuse. Out of the 3 R's, reduce, reuse and recycle, reuse is the most important one. Reusing involves the repeated use of items which still have usable aspects. For example, using plastic containers as planters and reusing bags. Step 4 is avoid using fertilizers and pesticides. The excessive use of fertilizers and pesticides is detrimental to both environment and human health. Moreover, it causes pollution and also harms health of our little friends. In the end, all I want to say is why celebrate World Environment Day on just 5th of June? Let's celebrate and preserve our environment every single day. This was all all from my side. I know you enjoyed the view of my garden, and I hope you're motivated enough to begin charity at home. Thank you.
Now presenting the video which secured the first position, awarded with the prize of rupees 1500.
Hi, what's your profession? I'm an architect and I design buildings. What kind of buildings? When I joined the college, I thought that the sole responsibility of an architect was to add aesthetics to a building, but slowly and steadily that changed. I realized that doing as a route had just thought made more sense than the buildings wrapped in glass in megacities. Ecological footprint is the only metric that measures how much we have and how much nature we use. The footprint helps countries improve sustainability and well-being. Local leaders optimize public investments. Individuals understand impact on planet. There are some measures that you can take at home to lower your ecological footprint. Really? What are those? Turning off lights when you leave your room can help save energy. Turning off your lights is a simple way to help protect the environment and save the planet. It reduces carbon emission and use of non-renewable resources that are harmful to environment. Natural light is always better than the artificial light. You can turn off the lights during the day, especially if you don't need them, and save the environment. Plastic take many decades to break down completely. By recycling and reusing the plastic materials and fashioning them into other products, consumers can effectively reduce the plastic waste. You can have your own mini terrace garden, which would help in reducing indoor temperature and air conditioning cost. Garden plants reduces the amount of carbon monoxide in the environment. Terrace garden retains rainwater and arrests the flow of storm water. Hence promote terrace gardening as it contributes to the environment. Are you boiling potatoes for the dinner? Don't throw the water down the drain. Use it to water your plants. When you brush your teeth, only turn the water on when you need to rinse. Every drop counts. Don't let it go to waste. Keep your taps closed when not in use. You can make the best out of the waste. Here is what my friend made out of the waste: tires. A puffy chair to sit on. Amazing. According to an environment research agency, vehicle driving an average of 12,500 miles per year will expend 11,450 pounds of carbon dioxide. That's nearly 1 pound of the carbon dioxide, the green gas responsible for CO2 trash global warming, for every mile driven. Say no to motorbikes while traveling short distances. Say yes to bicycles. If you live fairly close to your workplace, then riding your bike to work is one of the best ways to reduce your carbon footprint, with the added bonus of improving your health. Thanks a lot for enlightening me with these measures. I will hopefully inculcate these into my lifestyle religiously. After all, sustainability isn't just a trend, but a lifestyle. It's the need for the time. Small steps are what will help us reach the higher goals. Let's make our environment sustainable. Together.
Thank you everyone for enlightening us with various methods to save our Mother Earth. Now may I have the honor to invite our distinguished guest speaker, architect Engg Negi sir, who has rendered many years in HPPWD and has retired as Architect-in-Chief in the year 2020.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can hear me. All right. I'm grateful to the organizers, Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College, Dr. P.P. Sharma, HOD Department of Architecture, Local Architects. Speakers, fellow architects, and students. I'm really grateful that you all have given me an opportunity to express my views on environmental awareness drive. In the past decade, nature has shown us its devastating natural calamities all across the nation, in all zones, north, south, east, west. A few examples of such are floods in Chennai, Srinagar, Northeast, Bombay, Delhi, and cloudburst in hilly regions of Uttarakhand and Himachal. Occurrences of extreme cold and hot weather conditions have been witnessed due to climate change, which has been precipitated by human intervention. Our partial responsibility also comes on us architects, as we are part of it. World Environment Day raises awareness about the environmental issues that our planet Earth is facing. It's important to care for the environment we live in, not only for our health, but also for our survival. Since availability of water is going to deplete, it's important that we as architects can plan siting projects in areas that have enough captured precipitation to meet the projected water use by reducing, reusing, recycling water, much like our other resources, and also create a safe environment. In the present scenario, when natural resources are depleting, our role as architects to design green buildings with climate-responsive architecture is paramount. A couple of components of green building as states are life cycle assessments, meaning from cradle to grave, from where the material is initially taken out, extracted, manufactured, transported, and used to its ultimate life cycle. Setting the structure for design efficiency, energy efficiencies, such as water, material, indoor quality enhancement, operation and maintenance optimization, water conservation. Some of these issues are very, very important for designing sustainable buildings. Climate responsive architecture also teaches us to create comfortable interiors while reducing the building reliance on artificial energy. Climate responsive building design reflects the weather conditions into precise areas where the building is constructed. The future generation of architects have a challenging task to accomplish. It's becoming important to start thinking and orientating oneself into designing climate responsive, energy efficient, and optimally using natural resources. Very importantly, in today's designing is to study your site for its natural assets. For example, slopes, orientation, climate, and flora. Use this data for creating a structure which uses minimum artificial energy. We as designers are today at crossroads. While deciding using modern material vis-a-vis traditional nature-based, it's becoming challenging for us to firstly evaluate the material efficiency, maintenance, along with economizing their recurring expenditure to make the environment comfortable. Secondly, making available traditional material and skilled labor. Thirdly, it's important for us to be convincing the client on use of either. Therefore, for all of us, knowledge and skill in depth study is foremost. This will need dedication and commitment. We have to prepare ourselves for unfolding tough tasks ahead. Some of the ways architects can help combat the climate crisis are firstly convincing clients of the value of biodegradable material, advocate for use of local source material, transition from concrete frame to structural timber, reuse building material, understand the environmental implications of products' life cycle. That's very, very important. And with these words, in the end, I wish to remind you all to set our working principles for designing structures which are environment sensitive. Some of the pointers have been brought forth in my recent presentation that I made right now. We need to apply our information and see its translation in real form. I'm really grateful to have attended this environment awareness program and to know how sensitive each of the next generation is. When I heard in various videos that were presented, in various declamation speeches that were made, some of the poetry is written, it gives me hope that in coming times we will certainly see a different environment, a better environment, because we all have the sensitivity and we all have the creativity. And only thing that we need to do now is that to apply them in our daily use, in our daily activities, in our daily thinking. And I'm sure if we do that, and there's no reason why we should not have a better environment in coming years. But the only thing is that we have to cross our boundaries, our limitations a little more, and be a little more sensitive to our surroundings, and specifically more particular for people who are in the design side, is to really understand site, as I said, that whenever we plan to do and design our projects, no matter at what scale they are, it is very important that we all take those site informations very, very carefully, read them very carefully, try and find ways of how to enhance the natural resources which are available. And nature has given us a variety of plant species. It is, and they are in abundance. The only thing is we need to be sensitive and use them and propose them appropriately. So with these words, I would once again thank you all for giving me this opportunity, and I'm thankful that you all had the patience to listen to me. And I wish all the next generation architects, designers, structural engineers, all engineering fraternity, that we all work with more sensitivity, and wish you all the very best. And most importantly, it's important that creativity and sensitivity are there in us. It's only that we need to get on and get going by applying them carefully. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing out your valuable time for us and sharing your wonderful experience. Without architecture of our own, we have no soul of our own civilization. Now, we have the Chief Architect HPPWD Mandi and the Chairman of IIA HP Chapter, who received his bachelor's degree from IIA Bombay, and Master's in Landscape from SP New Delhi in 1995. Starting his service journey from Public Works Department as a junior draftsman to the present-day Chief Architect, Central Zone Mandi, he has designed various residential, institutional and public buildings. So let me invite Architect Nandlal Chandel to share his experience and motivate us towards clean and green environments.
Hello. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My audio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First of all, I would request everybody to actually unmute them and देखना है बैठ बनाना process से which is the collaborative by
अमरदीप सर अनम्यूट करें. अमरदीप सर.
everybody should raise their hand and say Bharat Mata Ki 3 times, okay?
Yes sir, unmuted hai everyone.
ठीक है.
भारत माता की
जय.
जय.
अरे बोलो यार, भारत माता की जय बोल दो. माता की जय. भारत माता की
जय.
जय. भारत माता जो है हमारे एक ये हमारे भारत माता है. भारतीय भारत माता. हमारे एक श्लोक है हमारे हिंदी में, संस्कृत में, समुद्र बसने देवी तर मंडते विष्णु पते नमस्तुभ्यं पाद परम ब्रह्मांडे. का मतलब ये है कि जब हम सुबह उठते हैं, हमारे हिंदू कल्चर में, हमारे इंडियन कल्चर में ये इनबिल्ट है कि जब भी हम सुबह उठते हैं, बिस्तर से उठते हैं, तो सबसे पहले हम अपनी धरती माता को पूजते हैं, उसका नमस्कार करते हैं. हे माता, कि हमें क्षमा करना कि मैं अपना भार जो आपके ऊपर रख रहा हूँ. हमारी ये कल्चर है, हमारी सोसाइटी कल्चर है, तो संस्कृति है हमारी. तो हम इसके जो है रखवाले होने चाहिए बेसिकली. जबकि हम ऐसा लगता है कि हमने इसको बहुत आघात पहुंचाया है. इसके लिए मैं सबसे पहले धरती माता से क्षमा चाहता हूँ. अच्छा, आज के मैं आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि इतनी संख्या में आप लोग जुड़े. और मैं खटवाल सर का और ऑर्गेनाइजर्स का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि मुझे आज इस नया बोलने का समय दिया. और मैं अपने आप को सम्मानित महसूस कर रहा हूँ. मैं आज के मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर पी शर्मा जी, हमारे इमिनेंट पास्ट प्रेसिडेंट इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ आर्किटेक्ट्स HP chapter, Engg College, and my elder brother and my good friend and my mentor also. He remained the architect in chief for so many years and headed the PWD department very nicely for, and he has great contribution in his care. And Dr. Katwal ji and Mastana sir and my IH colleagues, other faculty members of the Rajiv Gandhi College, and I heard that some media persons are also joined this event. I am also thankful to them for spare their time and give attention to this event. And I don't know how many people from outside have joined this forum. Indian Institute of Architects national body. Is anybody there? If anybody there, I also welcome them. And basically, on this Environment Day, eminent speakers have already explained and elaborated too much, elaborated very detailed on this very sensitive issue. Mother, you see, if we want that this life should go on, it should last for longer, then we have to think like her, we have to like her, and we have to be her, because that's what we are. Because there's nothing more beautiful than this environment in the world. So let's respect it, let's love our environment. And it is said that when we love our, whomsoever we love the most, we care the most. Let's take care of this. Basically, I have seen the presentation by various students on this organized work, which has been successfully organized by the SOA School of Architecture in collaboration with the Institute of Architects. So it was really very nice, knowledgeable, and they have tried to pass a message that we have to be sensitive, otherwise we will be destroying our Mother Nature. It is said that the mankind who has already contributed adversely for the which they have destroyed, they do not get this opportunity again to rectify their doings, and they do not participate in rectifying the restoration of this thing. There are very hardly less people who will get this opportunity. So let's not contribute adversely for destroying this our nature. Let's try to hand together and let's pledge that let's make our this earth or environment more livable, presentable, and let's restore its lost agony so that we can, in legacy, what we are giving to our kids, that's very, very important. So let's give them a better environment by, as an architect, let's work properly in a sensitive manner. And as has already been elaborated already, sustainable architecture, use of local material, its resources, the technologies to be adopted. And I would like to add that building actually with the construction of building, it starts right from its conception, siting, undertaking, designing, construction, its performance, is dismantling, reuse of material. It should be self-sustainable. So whatever we are doing, whatever technology we are following, it should be site-specific and climatologically responsive design should be adopted by the architects. That is the basic contribution of the architects. And I think other students of other streams are also have joined this event. So as a civil engineer, I would request this that their role is very, very important while undertaking any infrastructure developments. So they contribute a lot along with architects, planners, designers, and all. Everybody is actually contributor to this development of an infrastructure, whether it's building, whether roads, whether bridges, or whatsoever it is. So most important for civil engineer, my message, my request is to them basically, whatever data they will be preparing in future for submission to the planning authorities, that is very, very important. That plays a major role. And if the data is important, then the design, which the architect or other planner, whosoever undertakes planning and designing, is completely depends upon that. So their job is very, very specific. Their role is very, very important. And the architects should respond to the design should be such that it's completely responsible and should respond to the local climatic conditions with the due respect to its natural resources, landmarks, in terms of its topography, in terms of its vegetation, in terms of rock outcrops, in terms of hydrology, in terms of geology, in terms of geomorphology, in terms of every aspect. We should give due respect to the site so that whatever we prepare there, that will be definitely self-sustainable. Let's least disturb to the local ecology. That should be our aim. And I know that we try to get maximum out of the minimum. It is there. But in spite of those facts, we should give due care to our motherland and our environment. So in a better way, we can give in a legacy to our kids and the new generations. We should have to establish an better example, and let's again make our society and environment self-sustainable by joining hand together. And I also on the same this day congratulate the various teams who have performed very well, and their presentations were mind-boggling, and I heartedly congratulate the winners. And the amount which we have actually given in the terms of their awards, it's nothing basically. It does not carry and win. It's a token of love and appreciation and momentum basically. Momentum. So next time we will look forward for better this thing. But the team today organized this function. It's really excellent. I congratulate the whole team for their successful organizing this and hosting this event. I also extend my sincere thanks to Sulochana ji, Alam Mastana ji, and specifically architect Negi ji, who has consented and blessed the children with their blessings, showered their blessings. and enlighten the students how they should proceed in their career as an architect and as an engineer. So with this, Patwal sir, please check whether any member from National Council or Executive Council has joined. So I had requested of Mr. Mangues, he is from Goa. He is also landscape architect there, practicing a landscape art. He is faculty to manage a college, colleges to architecture. To other also is also faculty to SP, I think. So I had requested him to bless the students on this occasion. So he was busy somewhere else. Actually, I got the message just now. So he will be joining us if we spare some time and give some slot to him. So I will call him if you permit me. Hello?
Yeah, definitely, sir. We have scheduled a time towards the end of our experience sharing.
Okay, please let me know. Then I will ask him. I will be giving him a slot for 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, I will invite him, sir.
And he will definitely enlighten the students on this day. So with this, I myself, on behalf of Indian Institute of Architects HP chapter and all my fraternity, extend my sincere thanks to all the attendees and especially to Architect Nigiji for having with us and blessing us on this occasion. Thank you very much. Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Mata.
Thank you, sir. You can invite him, sir.
Okay, just now.
Yeah, can you text his name to me? So that, yeah, please text me his name. We'll announce it here.
Okay, I will talk to you, then I will get back to you. You carry on then now. I carry with the next program.
Over to the anchor.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. The person who is joining us now doesn't need any introduction. This seminar will be very short to tell his achievements and contributions. Having more than 35 years of teaching experience in technical education and currently the member of Board of Studies and Council of HPTU. He has published more than 15 research papers in national as well as international journals. He is currently holding additional charge of Director cum Principal, Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College, Kangra. Also the chief guest of this event, none other than Professor P.P. Sharma. Please join me in welcoming the sir to express his views.
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Respected architect Nandalal Chandelji, Chief Architect and Chairman IIA HP chapter. Our today's guest speakers, Architect Engg College, Retired Architect in Chief, Architect LM Mastana ji, Senior Architect, Architect Slochna Diman, Executive Member IIA HP chapter, Member of Print and Non-Print Media, my colleagues, and Dr. Satish Katwal, Head School of Architecture, and other faculty members of Rajiv Gandhi Govt Engineering College, Architect Gandhi Govt, Event Secretary of today's event, and other faculty of School of Architecture, members of IIA who have joined us today in this event, parents and my dear students. My sincere gratitude to IIA Himachal chapter, especially to its chairman and architect Nandalal Chandelji for sponsoring this prestigious event, and it would have not been so glorious without your support. I also express my thanks to today's guest speakers for sharing their experiences which they have gained throughout their career and which will definitely motivate our students, and they could make themselves aware of the latest
practices followed in the profession. This environmental awareness drive reminds us about the importance of nature. We can see the beauty of nature, that if we don't interfere, then it will clean itself and reclaim its space. I understand that we all must respect and acknowledge everything that the environment has given us, and it is our responsibility to protect it. You can see due to COVID-19, when the lockdown was imposed last year, then many people, especially those who are in industrial and other highly polluted areas and cities, could see many beauties of the nature first time in their lifetime. Like they had never seen clear sky, but they could see it during lockdown period, then clear water, rivers, and then they could analyze that how beautiful the nature is. And now you can see the next aspect of the nature. During this second wave of COVID-19, when there were patients who were in dire need of oxygen, which is otherwise plenty in nature, which is being provided to us by the nature, and it is priceless for us. But when we had to manage it just only for few patients, then we were not able to provide it to all those patients. And if we could, then we could analyze what its cost is and how important it is. So these two things, we can see what the environment and nature is providing to us. The plantation drive carried out by the students will definitely motivate the society for plantation of more trees, and it is a step towards protection of our environment. The whole program presented by the students is very good, whether it is recitation of a poem, declamation contest, or poster competition. Every program was of high quality, and many things which were shown by the students were really mind-blowing. I'm happy to see that not only in studies, our students are talented to perform other extracurricular activities very efficiently and effectively. It shows that they are definitely improving their personality, and they are capable to do activities outside the institution also. I congratulate all the students who have participated in this event, and especially those who got first, second and third positions. Students, we must compete with ourselves. That means whatever we are presenting today, we have to improve upon tomorrow, and that's how we can improve ourselves. And the competition with the outer world, that definitely we will be able to face if we are competing firstly with ourselves. I must congratulate the team of this event, that is Faculty of Architecture and students under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Satish Katwal at School of Architecture. They have organized this event in such a wonderful and glorious way, and without their meticulous preparations, it was not possible to have such wonderful event. Thank you. With these words, I conclude my today's address. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you for blessing us with your kind words.
Thank you, sir, for addressing the audience. Now, I would like to request someone from the audience to share his or her experience. Interested people can raise their hand with the option available below on your screen.
Over to Shivani.
Now, I would like to call architect Mangvesh Prabhankar, National Executive Member of IIA and belongs to Goa, He is landscape architect practicing at Goa. So please, it's our honor to share if you share your views and experience.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Firstly, congratulations to the entire team. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Firstly, many congratulations to the entire team. Hello? Yeah. Firstly, many congratulations to the entire team and my colleagues. Negis, hello? You can hear me, right?
Hello, Mangesh. Nice to see you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Nice to see Negi Saab and also Nandlal ji on this particular forum and other reputed, respected colleagues and a huge student community, young architects. You can hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On this occasion of the week that we celebrated last week on World Environment Day, we as architects have a very significant role to play actually, unlike what industry thinks about the current practices. And the global theme is rightly or appropriately planned on restoration of ecosystems is the need of the hour. But we need to ask ourselves and the policymakers of the country and the various organization, what is this ground reality about ecosystem restoration? And to basically to address it, it is this particular forum which has met today. Both young architects at your institute, the faculty here, the administrators who are concerned in understanding and redefining what is the restoration system basically. Because we being professionals, we actually know the methodical concerns of what are the damages in terms of current ground realities on ecosystem, right? So on one side, when we have natural environment, and which is our biggest strength, unlike the western part of the world, we in Asia, especially J&K or Himachal, we have such rich architectural heritage in terms of landscapes, in terms of natural environment. It is a role of such kind of forums or individuals as professionals to take this further. So I'm sure with the kind of exchanges or deliberations many professionals have done in the morning, it will open up a new dialogue for us to do or execute in reality in our future part of our practices. And nowadays, my message to most of the people who are here or my experiences I would like to share is we should not restrict ourselves only to releasing reports and a piece of blueprints. We need to think of the entire process. And when you say entire process, the graduate, whether it is young or senior, has to understand that there is a process of design, there is a process of execution, and there is a process of maintenance and operation. So unless the architect understands all three steps, we will not be able to do projects or we will not be able to do design solutions, which are acceptable by the industry. And that is where the word sustainability comes into picture. Everybody speaks of this fashionable statement of creating fashionable statements on stage like the resilient, the sustainability. But in reality, how you create it as an architect. And that is one of the biggest challenge we all have as architects. We have to understand that 25% of the works in the country are done by architects or skilled experts, and 75% are done by non-architects or maybe unskilled people. So how do we mix match and reverse this ratio in our profession? So basically understanding our design solutions, whether they are buildable or whether they are acceptable. The biggest challenge for us is to make our design solutions environmentally acceptable, climate responsive, and also socially accepted also. Let's not copy from the West and say, wow, this is the design. And it looks graphically very nice and impressive to look at. But we need to see that communities get involved. We need to see that vernacular practices of the past also get introduced here and incorporated. And with these new challenges of post-COVID guidelines, living outdoor is also a style. Living outdoor has become a new pattern of living. So I think for young architects, it's very important to get to these ground realities of the industry. Don't stop at your drawing board only. Go beyond and see how we can grow up and make justice to ground realities. What your grandfather did in terms of development, your grandchild also must witness in today's date. And that is where the entire symbiosis between the planning process, the execution and the maintenance schedule have to all be in sync. The challenges of the system, challenges of technologies, challenges of infrastructure also have to be incorporated. So without taking much time, the restoration of ecosystem is just not a platform which could be done by maybe doing one part of the initiative. You have to see that holistically. You have to think about your built form, and especially a place like Himachal in terms of natural disasters, climatic wonders that you have, and of course the tourism potential, the strength which is coming from your natural environment. It is a big challenge for all of us basically, to take this further through our work. And apart from we getting educated by our mentors, we have to see that we educate the industry outside also, the stakeholders outside also, because from there onwards the stakeholders will follow you and introduce those policies into profession, right? So without making much time, thank you Nandalalji and Negiji and the entire team one more time. Let's do work which makes us feel very proud in the country. Jai Hind. Thank you. Thank you, Mujesh.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable words. It was a pleasure hearing you. So here let me share some lines with you. खेतों में दूर तक फैली कोमल हरियाली, फैला हुआ ये गीला चादर करता इनकी रखवाली। अद्भुत अद्वैत और लगती है ये हृदय को प्यारी, सदा हरी भरी रहे ये प्यारी प्रकृति हमारी। Now, as this event approaches towards the end, I would like to invite architect Amandeep Gupta. He has done his bachelor's in architecture from NIT Hamid and master's degree from LP. He has worked with corporate firms like DLF and Lotus Group, and later as a lecturer in Government Polytechnic, Kundanagar. Now currently he is an assistant professor at School of Architecture, RGGEC Kangra, and core member for organizing this event. Now over to sir.
Thank you, Shivani. I hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes. So it's a great honor today and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this very successful event. It is amazing to think where we started, and I like to share. We started from this bottle, this very bottle I am sharing on screen, and the idea has floated to this successful event, this tremendous event. Also, I like to add that had this event been organized in a conventional mode at the campus, it would have left a much larger carbon footprint on the environment in the form of required resources. So in a way, this being an online event has added to the notion we are trying to pursue here. I believe this small but significant interaction would help in bringing about environmental consciousness amongst the attendees and also motivate everyone to carry the learnings into practice. On behalf of the entire team of School of Architecture, I sincerely thank Professor P.P. Sharma Sir, Director Principal RGEC, for honoring the occasion by becoming a part of this event. I would also like to thank Architect Sulochana Dhiman Ma'am, Architect N.K. Negi Sir and Architect L.M. Astana Sir for enlightening us with their words of wisdom. I would like to thank our jury panels for various events for sparing their valuable time to evaluate the events judicially. I would really like to thank Architect Mangesh Prabhakar, National Executive Member, IAA, for sharing his words in a really short span as shared by Nilal Sir. You have accepted the invite in a very short span. Thanks to Nahar Chanil Sir, Chairman, IAA HP Chapter, Chief Architect, HP PWD for the sponsorship and for supporting the cause. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. Steej Katwal sir, Head, School of Architecture, for making this event possible and for enabling our institution to stand again on national platform. I'd like to thank all the press members present here for covering the event and highlighting and supporting the cause. I thank all faculty members and the student coordinators involved who worked really hard day and night from the past 2 weeks and are trying their best to make this event really a success. Last but not the least, I thank all our participants without whom this all would not have been possible. Thank you everyone. I like everyone now to just spare few 3 minutes and look generously through the video that the School of Architecture fraternity, faculty and the students have made. This is a short video pledge that we have taken today, and like everyone to take away the key learnings from this event and carry it on with their lifestyle. Thank you everyone.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Steej Katwal, Head School of Architecture. I promise to continue sensitizing students, faculty and people around me about the importance of environment.
I will clear and dispose the junk with every step I take along the mountain street.
I take an oath to spend 20 minutes every day with nature to nurture the environment in any way I can, to repurpose and reuse things. Thank you.
I will switch my mode of travel to cycling and walking wherever possible.
I resolve to save water as much as I can.
I will showcase my art through recycling and reusing.
Pledge I won't do anything anti-nature and will minimize my carbon footprint.
I use the recycled paper and jute bags instead of the plastic ones.
I will not waste the natural resources like water, electricity and others. Thank you.
I promise today to save Earth from global warming by going green. Thank you.
I will switch off the lights when not in use.
A short distance on bicycle instead of motorbike.
Not to waste electricity. I pledge to make my lifestyle environment friendly. I will plant more than one tree every year and also care for it.
Switch off electric appliances when not in use.
Reduce the use of equipment that generate pollution.
Use natural products over chemical products.
Use the waste product for making some creative things like this one. And not waste water and use reusable bags for the shopping.
That I will never throw waste on streets to make our environment healthy.
I will pledge to eat all of my food to reduce waste. Preserve earth and use social media platform to aware everyone.
To conserve earth resources, I pledge to turn lights off and using energy-saving appliances.
Help in reducing the air pollution. I will start traveling public transport. Not to overcharge my devices, save energy.
I pluck flowers and admire their beauty from distance.
Not to throw away plastic bottles that I use and use them in future and cycle them.
Leave a happy and healthy world for the next generation.
I pledge to promote organic farming.
Promise to conserve the earth's resources.
Protect natural resources by recycling at home.
I pledge.
My resolution
is to
My resolution
My resolution to save our environment is to use less plastic and
use waste in creative way.
Hello everyone.
I promise to plant more trees to save Mother Earth.
And best place to live. Thank you.
We end this event and I hope each one of you will take a resolution to save the Mother Earth in every possible way. Time spent in nature is time spent realizing that you don't know it all and that you never will. Let me end up this event with a small poem. पर्वत कहता शीश उठाकर तुम भी ऊंचे बन जाओ, सागर कहता है लहराकर मन में गहराई लाओ। समझ रहे हो क्या कहती है उठ उठ गिर गिर तरल तरल, भर लो अपने दिल में मीठी मीठी मृदुल उमंग। पृथ्वी कहती धैर्य न छोड़ो, कितना ही हो सिर पर भार, नभ कहता है फैलो इतना, ढल लो तुम सारा संसार। May I now request you all to fill the feedback forms before you leave the event so that we can get motivation for our future events. The link for the form is available in the chat box and also it will be shared with the class representatives. Thank you.
Yeah, kindly all the members, participants are requested to fill the form, please.
Also, everyone, if you can just switch on your camera so that we can take a screenshot.
Screenshots.
Yeah. Aditya, please turn off the presentation.
Photo shoot हो जाए.
Aditya, please kindly stop your presentation. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone.